Hello, happy day. It's the 28th of August 2024 and I'm back with another video on the financial markets, in this case on the Swiss franc, the euro and the British pound or pound sterling versus the US dollar. My name is Jimmy Lapping. I'm a psychologist and a statistician, and I have an interest in many things, including the financial markets and especially things within the financial markets that you can model statistically. And in this video I take a time window of about 4 years and 8 months, meaning all the way since the start of the COVID pandemic, or actually just a couple of months before, if you will, and then until the market open of the 28th of August 2024. Starting with the Swiss franc versus the US dollar, what do we see? We see that actually since late 2023, early 2024, we defined a, let's say, sideways trading box in which we see a lower bound of about 109 and an upper bound of about 119. We've seen either side of the box this year. A few months ago we were close to that 109 or around that 109 mark. Currently we are close to that 119 mark. If we break out above this 119 area, then we could be set for considerably higher values in the Swiss franc. For now the momentum seems in that direction. However, if we fail to break above the 119, if this 119 area again turns out to be an important resistance, we could see some correction, and well, given moves earlier this year, that could easily go to about 109 or 110 or something like that. We will see. For now the momentum seems in favor of the Swiss franc. Euro versus US dollar, what do we see? Well, we saw that in the second half, mid to second half 2023, we reached levels in the 112, 113 area briefly, which was quite a run from the below parity levels that we saw in the second half of 2022. We see that we are currently revisiting that 112, 113 area. I'm recording this video already after the market open of 28th of August 2024, and as I am shooting this video, we are in between the 111, 112 level. So we are close to this point in any case. And when we look at the recent trend from another angle, just going back to early 22, we could say that we were in a clear pattern of lower highs, but we see that it seems that we have started to break out of that pattern to the upside. Now, when we look at the lower range of this pattern, then we see also a pattern of higher lows, which is generally indicative of an uptrend. Well, especially if it was to be combined with higher highs, where we are not yet. But if we manage to break above this 112, 113 area that we see here, well, then it seems that we have more evidence of somewhat of an somewhat of a new uptrend. If that is the case, we could see new resistance around the 115 level. But again, we haven't passed the 112 level yet. Actually, we were closer to the 112 level a couple of days back than we are today. So if we fail to break this 112, 113 resistance area, then we could see some correction towards, well, let's say 110, where we find the median of these of this 4 years and 8 months time window, which also coincides with recent peaks. Well, old resistance becomes new support. So you could say if there is a bit of a correction, then in the first instance it could be that we find some support around that 110 level. Well, let's see what the next couple of weeks bring for this pair. Finally, the pound versus the US dollar. What can we see about the pound versus the US dollar? Well, we see that actually similar to what we saw for the euro versus the US dollar, we had a pattern of lower highs but we have broken out, and in this case we see it more clearly than we saw for the euro. We have broken out of that pattern of lower highs, broken out to the upside, and when we look at the relative peak that we had in the mid to second half 2023 in the low 130s. But it seems that we are passing that that high that we saw a year or so ago. We are currently trading just above 132, and what do we see? Towards the lower end, we see also a pattern of higher lows, which is which seems also indicative of an uptrend. And the next resistance could be found somewhere in the 136, 137 area. So for the pound versus the US dollar, it seems that we have the clearest evidence of an uptrend in favor of the pound sterling, so away from the US dollar. But also, as we saw just a few minutes ago, also the Swiss franc and the euro are at important points, close to important resistance levels. If they are broken in the next week or so, we could see also a further uptrend for the Swiss franc and the euro versus the dollar. So at least what these three pairs show is not yet there is no clear evidence yet of a renewed dollar strength. But let's see what the next weeks bring. Okay, hope you found this helpful. If you do, check out my channel Lapping Analytics, where I share more of this kind of content in English as well as in other languages. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and hope to see you soon. Bye bye.